Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Workout Wednesday. It's Catherine here from YogaNaraska, and I'm ready to run you through a little bit of a midweek workout if you are so interested. This one's going to be a little bit more chill than we have done in the past. I quit coffee this week, so I'm feeling pretty tired without my normal caffeine boost, so I was thinking we could keep it a little bit more low-key this week. As well, my good friend Kate has asked and suggested that we do a hip workout today. So something that opens our hips. We hold a lot of tension in this area of our body, and a lot of the movements that we do in our daily life now don't really stretch the hip area. So it ends up just getting tighter and tighter and tighter until suddenly you're finding that you have issues with movement and whatnot. So this is a great place for us to look for some relaxation, to release some tension, and to just, calm down and enjoy our midweek Wednesday workouts. So grab your yoga mat, grab a water bottle. I'll give you a minute. I'll grab mine, and we'll get into it. So we're going to explore some hip opening poses. So to begin, let's start in Cobbler's pose. So we'll take the soles of our feet and bring them together in front of the body. If this is already too much of a stretch for you, don't feel bad. Don't judge yourself. Maybe take 2 yoga blocks or something and then stack them just under the knees here, and you have a little bit more support. You don't need to press them down into the mat. Just let gravity sort of pull gently, and your hips will slowly start to open over time. So we'll begin in this position as we do our 7 movements of the spine to warm up. So let's take our hands out to the sides. We'll inhale, lift them up and overhead. Exhale, bring them down to heart center. Exhaling all of that old stale air that's been hanging out in the bottom of your lungs. Let's get it all out, bring some new stuff in. Okay, inhale, hands back up. Exhale, down to the sides. All right, one more time. Exhale to heart center. Inhale up and overhead. Exhale, hands back down. All right. So make sure those shoulders are also falling back down. We're nice and straight through the spine. Letting those knees just slowly start to sink down towards the mat. Let's place the left hand on the mat. We'll bring the right hand up and overhead in the inhale. Turning to face the ceiling. Opening up through the front body. Stretching the right side here. Take a couple breaths. Exhale back down. Inhale, the left hand comes up, over to the right. Turn to gaze at the ceiling. Feeling all those spaces between the ribs and the left side of the body opening. And exhale back down. Beautiful. Okay, let's flow with the breath now. So we won't be holding. We'll just inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Keep going at your own pace here. If you're not so familiar with yoga, but you're more into fitness and working out, you might be surprised to know that in yoga, we're always looking to move our body with the breath. Always working in tandem. Okay, one more on that right side. All right, let's take both hands up now. We'll take right hand to left knee, turn to face the left. Coming into a twist. Hold it here for a moment. Oh look, I got a new leaf on my little plant. That's exciting. I've got a new leaf over here on my other monstera too. I'm one of those crazy houseplant people. Come back to center. All right, let's exhale. Left hand to right knee, open up to the right. I'm already starting to feel this in my hips now. Okay, inhale back to center, and then we'll flow back and forth with the breath now. Inhale in the center. Exhale to twist. Inhale to center. Exhale to twist. At your own pace for a few more now. Preparing to be in center on the next one. Okay, this time on the exhale, we're going to forward fold. Keep the back straight until the last moment and then round it out. Keep the nose over the toes if you can. Holding here for just a couple moments. See if you can draw your navel back towards the spine. See if you can make a little extra space to see if you can go in a little bit deeper. Okay, tent the fingertips and start to walk back up. Wonderful. Okay, so let's come out of cobbler's pose and into double pigeon. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the left foot and then seat it in front of you as if you were to sit cross-legged. Then we're going to take the right foot and place it over the left knee. So right knee is stacked over left ankle is stacked over right knee. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to lift our arms up overhead. And exhale, we're going to forward fold. Notice if you feel any sensation in one hip versus the other. Hold here for a couple moments. If this is hard on your neck, you could take a block and then sit it on the ground so that your forehead is sitting on it, or you could use your fists as so. Okay, let's walk it back up. Untangle the feet. This time the right leg goes down first. Left leg comes up and over, so the left ankle is over right knee, left knee is over right ankle. Okay, inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Noticing where that sensation is now. Is it different than it was before? Beautiful. Okay, let's walk back up to center. And we'll swing the legs around. Actually, you know what? Let's do a little bit of windshield wipers first. I like this one. I wasn't going to throw it in, but what the heck. Okay, so we're going to put our feet out in front of us. About a little bit wider than hip width apart. And your hands are going to come behind the body. So I can do it this way if you guys need a better view. So fingers are pointing away from you. You could do them towards you if you want a little extra stretch in the wrists. Whatever feels right for today. We're going to drop both knees over to the left side. So we're coming into this like 90-90 sort of position. Inhale back to center. Exhale, drop into the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left. So if you find that your bum is scooting, you might have to walk your hands forward and back. I find my bum tends to walk off the mat the more I do this. That's all right. Just back and forth, back and forth. And then back to center. Beautiful. Okay, now let's come to table pose. So tuck the legs under you. Hands come out in front as we come into table. So knees are hip width apart. I'm going to tie my shorts up real quick because that drawstring is distracting me. Okay. Knees are hip width apart directly under the hips. Our elbows are under shoulders, wrists are under elbows, and we're pressing the tops of the feet into the mat, neutral spine. Let's just do a couple little cat-cow variations here. Inhale as we lift the nose, lift the tailbone, drop the belly. Exhale, draw the belly in, tuck under the tailbone and the chin, rounding through the spine, coming into cat. Inhale as we lift, tailbone, nose, drop the belly. Exhale, pull the belly in, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin. Couple more at your own pace. And then come back to center. Okay, so let's take the left foot. We'll bring it up between the hands. Coming into a low lunge. You can tent the fingers here, or we can sit them up on blocks if that's a bit easier for you. On an inhale, we're going to lift the arms up and overhead. So making sure that our knee is not extending out over the toes, stacked over the ankle, squaring hips to the front of the room, dropping shoulders down. Take a couple breaths here. And one more. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Okay, let's tuck the back toes under. Lift the knee if you feel comfortable. If you want to stay on low lunge, it's totally okay as well. Whatever works for you. Okay, so same thing. We're going to sweep the arms up and overhead, and we're pressing into the ball of the right foot, and we're spreading our weight evenly through the left foot. Okay, inhale, arms up and overhead. Again, squaring those hips to the front of the room, front of the mat. Two more breaths. Shoulders down. Exhale back down to the mat. Tuck that back, wow, what am I talking about? Drop the back knee down, untuck the toes, there we go. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this left knee and we're gonna drop it to the floor between the hands, and the left foot is gonna come out to the side of the mat. So it looks like this. So dropping that knee down, left foot comes off to the side. If you're already feeling this stretch, you can take a pillow or a block, place it right under the bum, because we're going to start to sink in to that left hip. So this is where you might be if you have very, very tight hips. If you want a bit more of a stretch, you can take that pillow and start to sink into the left buttock, the left hip. You might even scoot that the right foot back a little bit more. And then you might begin to walk the hands out as you fold over the left leg. Again, resting the head on the ground, the block, or your fists. Just slowly taking the time to sink into this yummy pigeon pose. Noticing that sensation in the left hip. It shouldn't hurt. It should just feel like a deep stretch. Almost like a massage. I guess it could hurt depending on your masseuse, but we don't want it to hurt. Yoga is about respecting our bodies, respecting ourselves, and tuning into what is. And if you feel pain, then that's your signal to back it off a little bit. If it feels really good, then you're doing something right. That's the whole point. Honestly, I could do pigeon pose all day. I really don't want to get up, but we're on limited time here, so let's get moving. So let's walk the hands back up. And what you can do if you have really good hip mobility is you can swing the right leg around and come into a seated position. Or if that's not comfortable for you, you can tuck the back toes under, lift the leg, and then send the other one back into your table pose. So either way, we're going to end up in table pose. And we're going to do our pigeon on the other side. So if you want to move to pigeon from your seated position, that's okay too. Lots of different ways for us to move in between poses in yoga. I'm really interested in learning some more of these to spice up my classes, so I'll be throwing them in from here on out. Okay, so let's do it on the other side now. Actually, you know what? Let's not go to pigeon. Let's do our high and low lunge first. So right leg, right foot comes in between the hands. Left leg stays bent. Looking forward, we inhale, arms up and overhead. Drawing shoulders down. Two more breaths here. Exhale, back down to the mat. Okay, coming into high lunge, we'll tuck the back toes under, lift the leg. pressing into the balls of the feet. Make sure we're not locking that left knee. Spreading the weight evenly through the right foot. Lift arms up as we come into high lunge. Squaring hips to the front of the mat. Really pressing into that back foot, the fascia, the sole of the back foot, pressing it away from us to the back of the room. Exhale back down. Okay, so this is where we come into our pigeon. So let's drop the left foot, or left knee, untuck the foot, drop the right knee in between the hands. And again, you can stick that cushion under the right buttocks if that feels comfortable, or you can slowly begin to sink into that hip. Scooch the left leg back a bit if you need a little bit more space. And if you feel comfortable, you might walk the hands out, folding over the right thigh. Like I said, I could nap here, honestly. It's so good. I love a good stretch. Okay, so we're coming back up now. Tuck the toes under. Send the right leg back. Coming back into our table pose. Beautiful. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of a trickier movement here. So if it doesn't feel good, again, don't do it. I'm going to scoot back a bit so you can see me a little bit better. Okay, so we're going to come all the way down to the belly now. So walking the hands forward. Coming all the way down to the mat. And then we're going to put the hands out in a T position. Okay, so let's start with what leg would it be easier for you to see me? Probably, yes, the left leg. No, sorry, right leg. Okay, so right leg, what we're going to do is we're going to lift it up, we're going to bend it, and we're going to open it up to the left side of the mat. Doesn't have to touch the floor. You can turn the head as well. If you only get to like here, that's okay too. We're just working on opening up the hips to the greatest degree possible that we have for your own individual body. So it's kind of like a reclined twist, but on your stomach. It's called a hip pry. So holding here only if it feels good. Coming back to center, rolling over, moving slowly and mindfully, take your time. Coming back, dropping the leg back down. Okay, so turn your ear so that you're looking over your left hand. Bring the left leg up, bend it, drop it over to the right. Again, foot doesn't need to touch the ground. Moving only as far as feels comfortable. Again, if you have a block, you might see if you can touch your foot to the block. And slowly and mindfully grounding down through that left hand, we'll come back to center. Beautiful. Okay. Let's take a quick cobra because everybody loves a quick cobra. All right, let's put our hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale as we lift the upper body up, press the tops of the feet, the thighs, the pubic bone into the mat. Lift the chin ever so slightly. Exhale. Feel those hip bones touching the mat, drawing energy up. All right, and slowly and mindfully, let's drop the upper body down, slowly, slowly. Use those triceps, biceps. Coming back down to the mat. Okay, so we are going to, let's see how much we have time for. yeah, let's come onto our backs now. So you can roll right over in a way that feels good, super awkwardly like me, or more gracefully. I never said that I was a graceful yogi, okay guys? I'm not graceful, I'm totally aware. You don't need to be graceful to be a yogi. Anybody can be a yogi. Okay, so we are on our backs and we are coming into bridge pose. So your feet are on the floor, soles of the feet are on the floor, but a step or two away from the bum. So you can bring your heels right up to the bum, find out where the toes are, and then move your foot 1 foot away. There you go. Okay, so we are going to send the hips skyward. Well, let's do a little bit of hovering for a moment, okay? So we'll take an inhale and just lift them ever so slightly. Just let them hover, let the hips hover. And exhale back down. Okay, this time we're going to lift them a little bit higher. So inhale, lift. A little bit higher than before, let them hover. Gradually getting into our full bridge pose. Exhale back down. Okay, let's see how high we can get them this time. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Inhale, lift all the way up as high as you can. Deep breath in, squeeze the booty. You can shrug the shoulders in together, interlace the hands underneath the body to get a little bit of extra lift as you push those forearms into the mat. A couple of breaths here. One more inhale. And as we exhale, let's untuck the shoulders and slowly, slowly drop the spine down 1 vertebrae at a time until the bottom of the spine, the sacrum, is resting on the floor. Beautiful. Okay, take the right leg up, bend it, and then put your left ankle over right ankle over left knee. I always get my lefts and rights mixed up. Okay, so we're in a little bit of a figure 4 position here. So then what we're going to do is inhale, we're going to lift the left foot so the shin is parallel, bringing this bent leg closer to us. You can take your hands, thread the needle here, going through the leg and around the thigh, and then slowly, very gently, give it a little bit of a pull if you like, and see if that changes the sensation in that right hip. You might inhale, lift the nose to the ankle. Exhale back down. Or you might change this up actually. I think I did it backwards there. We're going to take an inhale as we're laid out. Exhale to fold so we have a little bit more room in the belly to make that fold a little bit deeper. So inhale to lower. Exhale to collapse. Inhale to lower. Where are all my words today? Exhale back up. Inhale lower. So in general in yoga, we can unwind. In general, whenever we're doing a folding motion, that's when we want to be doing our exhale. So sometimes it can be tricky. It seems a little bit backwards, but we always want to do that because we're making a little bit extra room, extra space in the belly area for us to really deepen that fold. Okay, let's lift the left leg up. Left ankle comes over right knee. Right foot comes off the floor, shin parallel. Make sure we're flexing our feet here. Let's keep this an active pose. Inhale as we're laid out. Exhale, draw the nose to knee. Inhale, lay out. Exhale, fold. Moving at your own pace. And then slowly unwinding. Okay, keep your feet on the mat. Let's bring the big toes together, and then we'll send the knees wide, coming into a reclined cobbler's pose, or Supta Baddha Konasana, supine bound angle. I need to work on my Sanskrit. I should be using it more in these little classes, so you'll be hearing my Sanskrit a bit more. Okay, so again, if this is a very deep pose, For you, you might put some blocks or some pillows underneath your knees. And just let gravity do its work here. Perhaps putting the hands on the belly, you might tune in to the rise and the fall of the belly as you breathe. I could just go for a nap right now. Okay, so you can choose to just drift off into a little Savasana here, or you can bring the knees back up together, tuck them into the chest, and then we'll spread them out as we lift the soles of the feet skyward. You can grab the inside or the outside of the feet, whatever feels right for you. And then we're just going to gently pull down on the soles of the feet so that the knees are tracking down towards the floor. You might rock side to side a little bit if that feels nice. Again, some people don't like this pose. They find it a little bit vulnerable. I can definitely see why. So if you want to skip it, totally okay. Okay, let's send the legs out long for a quick little Savasana. Savasana. Wingardium Leviosa. Okay, so just let all of the tension in your body slowly melt away. Imagine with each exhale, your body's getting heavier and heavier. Sinking into the mat. Being cradled by the support of the earth. Noticing how your hips feel after this little practice. Perhaps tuning into any emotions that have come up for you throughout this practice. We tend to carry a lot of our emotions within the body, which is why when you feel anxious, you might have certain body sensations, or when you feel sad or jealous, they might be slightly different. But our body has a lot to tell us about our emotions. And when we do these hip exercises, sometimes those emotions get released just as our muscles get released from the tension that they're under. So if you are overcome all of a sudden with a little wave of something, it's a sign to you that you need to be checking in on your emotions more often, my friend. You can't just hide them out in your body as much as we might like. The more you hang on to that stuff that you're not dealing with, the worse your body's going to feel, and the more cluttered your mind is going to feel. You got to feel it to heal it. And I know it's scary, but I believe in you. I know you can do it. You're showing up here for yourself right now watching this video. So I know that you want to be the best version of yourself. And you've got what it takes. And remember, not every workout has to be a full-on sweat session, peeps. If this is what your body needs, this is what my body needed today. This is what your body needs. Still a workout, still valid. Just gotta listen to what it's telling you. I don't know if you can hear it, but I can hear the rain on my steel roof right now. It's quite relaxing for a Savasana. Although I'm sure some of you are wishing that I would just shut up. Alright, but it's been long enough for this workout. Because they're only supposed to be like 15 minutes long, but I keep going for half an hour because I love you, I guess. So let's take our hands into prayer formation. We'll bring them up to the third eye. Thank yourself for showing up for yourself today, for your hips, for all that they do for you. Thank you for showing up to practice with me today. I very much appreciate it. And I will see you either tomorrow night for my class, my Thursday night chakra class. We will be studying which one are we on? The Visuddha chakra, the throat chakra, which is a really interesting one for me. You can also catch me Mindful Monday here for free at noon, or Workout Wednesday, obviously, at noon as well. I also have a flow class on Tuesdays that's always set to awesome music. It's more of like a vinyasa flow style class. That's on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You can find out more on my website, www.yoganaraska.com. Thank you for showing up live. If not, I will put this on my IGTV. You can catch it later. Just put there's like a little banner logo on Instagram. Click that, save it to your collections. You can always watch it later, or you can check out my IGTV series. I put them all in one group, and you can find all of the Workout Wednesdays there, or all of the Mindful Mondays if you're into that too. So, thank you so much for joining me. Now I have to do that awkward thing where I can't figure out how to turn off the lives. But anyway, love you guys. Thanks for showing up. We'll see you soon.